name is Jennifer and welcome to my channel. In this video we'll be putting together the stick that the owl sits on, and I figured I might as well just give a quick tutorial on how to put it together, and if you want to learn how to do that, keep watching. You'll find stick number 20 right here, and the backing is number 21. For the embroidery, we're going to be using the golden brown thread. You'll find the front and the back of the sticks on this really light brown felt, and you're going to need to cut them out, and we're going to use the golden brown color thread. And we're going to be doing the outline stitch, and I will show you the beginnings of the outline stitch. Always come up from the bottom and make sure you have a good knot, and try to get as close to the edge as possible without going too far over, because the felt will kind of come apart at the end. And what I usually do in this case is I'll take my needle and kind of rub the print off once I'm finished, and I'll show you what that looks like after I'm done with this stitch. So I'm basically just going along the line, and it does curve, so I usually have the curve facing down instead of facing up. It's a lot easier to follow the curve when it's facing down, especially since I'm right-handed. It may be different if you're left-handed, but give it a try if you're left-handed to do it the other way, whichever is comfortable for you. Just as long as the stitches are going in the same direction as the print, then you should be fine. I wanted to speed it up here because it's basically the same thing over and over again, and I'll show you that how I end it. Just stick your needle down to the back and then make your knot, and I always double knot, and I always hide my tail, and I have special thread cutter scissors that I use, and then we're going to do the same thing for the rest of the printed lines. I'm going to take a second and show you this curved line, and notice that my stitches are a little bit smaller. So if you're having a hard time going around a really sharp curve, just do the stitches a little bit smaller than normal, and you should be able to make that curve look nice. Same with that curve, you're going to have to do the same thing, make small stitches. Here is my finished embroidered stick, and you can see where the printed owl's feet are going to go. And we're going to cut the backing of the stick, and we're going to stick pipe cleaners inside it, and I will show you how I managed to do that. So I ended up with white pipe cleaner just to match the stuffing. I figured that's the easiest way to do that, and I will link down below in the description box the kind of pipe cleaners that I used. And I decided, since the pipe cleaner isn't quite long enough for the stick, that I was going to take two and kind of join them together as closely as possible to accommodate for the length, because I did want the ends to have pipe cleaner in them, and I decided to kind of bend the end because the very end of the pipe cleaner is kind of pokey, so I decided to kind of bend it back so it's a little more fluffy at the end, so it doesn't poke through the felt, just in case. So that's just a safe fill. You don't have to do that, but I decided to do that. So I'm going to show you how I put that in, and I decided to grab some straight pins, and I'm going to actually trim a little bit because it doesn't quite match. I don't trim a lot, I just trimmed enough to where I can put it together. And I grabbed the light taupe thread. I'm going to use that for the twig, and I'm actually going to embroider one side first. That way I can maneuver the pipe cleaner easier. So I started on this end, And I sped it up here just for time's sake. And I'm doing the whip stitch or the applique stitch here. And I'm going to fast forward to the end and show you how I put the pipe cleaner in and the stuffing. It does call for stuffing too. So here's the one side appliqued together, and I stopped at the end. Now I'm going to put the pipe cleaner in. I'm just going to kind of maneuver it in there. It does take a little bit of adjustment to put the entire thing in there without it falling off. Luckily the pipe cleaner isn't very thick, so it goes in pretty smooth. Just kind of wiggle it in there, make sure it stays in there. And once it's in there, it won't really move much. And once you start going, it won't move at all. So I'm starting on the thinnest side, and I'm going to end on the thicker end. And I decided to do that because I figured it was easier to stuff it that way, since I'm probably not going to put that much stuffing in the smaller end. And take a couple of straight pins just to kind of keep the pipe cleaner in place at the end, so you have a chance to put that in there. Once you have your pipe cleaner situated, grab your needle and keep appliquing the two pieces together. And I did not put stuffing at the very, very end of the stick just to keep it thinner. Plus, it was already pretty full with the pipe cleaner in there. I stopped right about there, and I decided to grab a chopstick and a little bit of stuffing and put a little stuffing in the twig right there at the very end, and kind of just close it up. And I do this little by little, so about every 1 to 1.5 inches or so I would stop and then put stuffing in, and then applique it closed, and do that all the way down. And this is what it looks like so far. It looks like a real stick. I kind of like how it turned out. You can see all my stitching, and that's where I stopped. So I'm actually going to stuff here, and I'm going to put quite a bit in there just to make sure it's even, and then close it up. This is the stick completely closed and stuffed. And that's what the stick should look like when it's finished. I kind of like how it turned out because it's a little bit kind of bumpy, because when you as you're sewing, you should put the stuffing in at the same time, so it kind of has that, you know, effect of a stick. So I kind of like how it turned out. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. If you liked this video, please hit that like button and that thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button so you know when I have new videos coming out. In my next video, we'll be putting the owl together. So I'll show you bit by bit how to put that owl together, what it looks like at the very end. And I am outside enjoying the beautiful sunshine. It's actually kind of warm today, which is nice. And I'm wearing my favorite necklace that my husband gave me. Question of the day. What is your favorite day of the week? Mine's a little hard because it depends. I mean, when I was younger, it used to be Saturday. Now that I'm a little bit older, I really like Sunday, mainly because, you know, it's a day to worship, but it's also a day of rest, and I look forward to every Sunday because I do all my chores on Saturday and I get everything done on Saturday, and then Sunday I'm just like, you know what, if I don't get it done, that's okay. I can just wait until Monday and get it done. So Sunday is my favorite day of the week. What is yours? Leave a comment down below, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye! Waiting for cars to pass. And my earring's gonna fall out. Shoot. Hello and what?